Good afternoon. It's 3 p.m. I'm Alfie House, and these are your Solent Sports headlines. Southampton have been drawn against Norwich in the 5th round of the FA Cup. The Saints will progress if they beat Tottenham in the 4th round replay next Wednesday. Rivals Portsmouth have been drawn at home to Premier League Arsenal, with the ties set to be played the week commencing March the 2nd.
You'll be fun.
Bournemouth were beaten 2-1 by Portsmouth's opponents Arsenal in the 4th round of the FA Cup last night, but manager Eddie Howe felt his side were better on the evening.
We were disappointed, they were disappointed, I was disappointed, I let them know that. And the lads responded, to be fair. I thought they responded towards the end of the first half and responded in the second half as well. I thought we were the better team.
Sadio Mane will miss Liverpool's next 2 Premier League matches due to injury. The player suffered a minor muscle tear during a match against Wolves last Thursday. The forward will not take part in the matches tomorrow or Saturday, but he will be back on the field after that, according to Jurgen Klopp. Our transfer centre reporter Ben Pennells has the latest from the January window.
Christian Eriksen is going to Inter Milan. The midfielder is currently in Italy, where he underwent his medicals yesterday. The rumoured 4-year contract was signed earlier today, and Eriksen is expected to take part in training session this afternoon. Tottenham are being paid a reported £17 million for the player. Tottenham have just signed Giovanni Lo Celso on a permanent deal. The club confirmed they have exercised the £27 million option, which was included in the season-long loan deal with Real Betis made last summer. The deal sees the Argentinian sign with Spurs until the summer of 2025. Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed that Alexis Sanchez will return to Manchester United in the summer. He arrived at Old Trafford in January 2018, but failed to bring his goal-scoring form from his Arsenal days. The Chilean forward has been on loan at Inter Milan, and Solskjaer feels that Sanchez has what it takes.
And in local football news, Eastleigh host fellow strugglers and fellow Hampshire side Aldershot as they face a potential relegation battle in the National League. The Spitfires have signed 3 new players on loan this window, but they sit 19th in the league and just 3 points above the drop zone. Ben Strevens insists that his squad is good enough to survive, but he knows the dangers of the division.
It's just the nature of this league, you know. If Hartlepool hadn't played 2 more games than us, and listen, you have to win them, but you could be up mid-table. So it's just the way it is, you know. If we'd have won the last 2 games, everyone would be going, "Oh, you're going to get into the playoffs." So just by losing 2 or winning 2 doesn't mean one thing or the other. You have to be consistent. You have to, make sure your results go well.
And in uni sporting news, Team Solent Netball face a nail-biting end to their season. They sit top of the league on goal difference over arch rivals Uni of Southampton. Solent only have 1 fixture left to play, and that's away to Gloucestershire, who are 3rd in the table, whilst Uni of have 2. Solent travel to Gloucestershire tomorrow, but Uni of's game in hand means even a win won't confirm the championship.
You'll be fun. Ready?
Okay.
So, how are you feeling ahead of tomorrow when you could potentially win the league?
I'm quite nervous because obviously it's a very important match and we're missing a couple of players, but we've also been very good this season, so I'm feeling confident as well.
Israel Folau has made his return to rugby league. Folau has signed for Super League club Catalan Dragons. He was sacked by the Australian Federation after expressing homophobic views on social media, but the Catalans have agreed that any further transgression from Folau will result in an immediate termination of his contract. We now cross over to our tennis reporter in Melbourne, Stephen, who witnessed the quarterfinals of the Australian Open.
Tennis star Novak Djokovic beat Milos Raonic today to earn his place at the semi-finals at the Australian Open. The world number 2 struggled with his vision during the match and called a medical timeout. He will take on Roger Federer next in his quest for another Grand Slam title. After the match, Djokovic also told how he was devastated about his personal friend Bryant passing away.
Yeah, I had several different things, and I did say on the court that I did feel bad to go out from the court and 4-all. It was not a changeover, and I'm sorry.
Roger Federer has delivered the greatest Houdini act of his career to reach the Australian Open semi-finals on Tuesday. The Swiss saved 7 match points against Dennis Sandgren to complete a marvellous 5-setter win over the American. Federer remains unbeaten in the quarterfinals at this event with a record of 15-0.
It was just sting and they hurt, and I don't know. If you could obviously play them again, you would play them differently, but you know, I could have blinked at the wrong time and shanked, and that would have been it. But I was definitely incredibly lucky today.
And we will now cross over to our basketball correspondent Alex Lewis for an update on the NBA and Kobe Bryant.
Tributes have continued to pour in for late basketball superstar Kobe Bryant. The 41-year-old lost his life in a helicopter crash on Sunday. Close friend LeBron James posted an emotional memorial on his Instagram this morning, dedicated to Bryant, his daughter Gianna, who also died, and the rest of his family. James passed Bryant in total points scored in the NBA just a day before the incident occurred. NBA player Trae Young wore number 8 in his game against the Washington Wizards rather than his usual number 11, as both teams also took 24-second shot clock violations to honour Bryant. There were similar memorials taking place across the league, and the LA Lakers cancelled their game against the Clippers tonight. Over 1.4 million fans have backed a petition to use Bryant's image as the new official NBA logo. The current logo is a former NBA star Jerry West and has been since 1971, despite several challenges to change it. It follows a 20-year career from Bryant, who finished with 18 All-Star appearances.
And in cricketing, in cricketing news, England cricket came from behind to win their Test series in South Africa 3-1, with success in Johannesburg. Joe Root's side posted the host an unlikely 4-6-6 target and surged on to a 191 run win thanks to 9 wickets from Chris Wood. This was only England's second overseas win in 4 years.
Had some horrible days where I thought, do I really want to keep doing this and keep going through it and keep coming back? But now, since St Lucia, I believe I'm an England player, and having that confidence and self-belief there is a huge thing for me.
That's all for now. You can follow us on social media, Solent Sports News on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to hashtag it. You've been listening to Solent Sports News. More from us in an hour.